I'm Brian Honda, and I will be refuting what the negative side just presented. The first thing he presented is his refutation on speed variance, and he talked about how speed variance is caused by speeding and not by people driving below the speed limit. His first piece of information he brought up was a little outdated, seeing as it came from the 1950s. As my partner pointed out earlier in his first speech, people tend to drive the same or whatever the speed they're comfortable at, no matter or despite the posted speed limits at times. The GPS system TomTom actually keeps records of how fast people in their cars drive and in which states they're in. And some examples of that are in New Mexico, the average speed of a driver that owns a TomTom is 70 miles an hour, and in Utah and Nevada it's even higher at 77.67 miles per hour. Also, to go along with the people drive at whatever speed they feel comfortable, an 18-month study following an increased speed limit along the New York Thruway it increased from 55 to 65 miles an hour, determined that the average speed of traffic stayed at an average of 68 miles an hour. And this survey was conducted by the National Motorist Association. As many of you know, in Germany, their freeway system is the Autobahn, where they have sections, or the majority of their sections, 2/3 of their freeway is not regulated by a speed limit, and their accident rate is actually lower than the one in the U.S., lower than the U.S. rate. The Autobahn, they have a fatality rate of less than 12%. Part of this is because they can control speed variance. They have blue signs posted that are suggested speed limits for certain conditions or certain types of turns, much like the orange cautionary signs we see on our freeways. Also, they have laws to regulate speed variance in that during high-speed flow of traffic, cars are not allowed to pass on the right. And they also have rules of courtesy that motorists follow. In the rear of traffic jams, motorists are required to turn on their hazard lights. And if a driver is in the far left lane and wants to pass another driver in front of them, they are required to turn on their left blinker to request that the driver move to the right lane. His next point was that increase in speed increases the rate of death. Well, my first example would obviously be my earlier quote of the Autobahn having a 12% fatality rate due to speeding. Also, speed was by the California Highway Patrol. Speed was announced to be only 28.4% of fatal and injury crashes. If you take the number of crashes and figure out the 28%, that's 128,536 people killed or injured by crashes. In comparison, more than double that at 253,000. There were kids killed and killed or injured in violent school crimes where police could be used to otherwise assist that. And then he talked about, his third point was that set speed limits were based on the cautionary speeds that, yes, freeways were meant to be drive 70, but most of them are posted at 55 to 60 because of the conditions aren't always perfect. Well, bringing back to the Autobahn example, Germany does have electronic signs posted above their freeways that will turn on or activate based on weather conditions such as rain to warn citizens of weather conditions and slower driving. We could install a similar system based on our orange cautionary signs, and he talked about how also on this note of speed limit based on conditions, even if you have bad weather conditions like heavy rain or snow, you can still, even if you're driving the set speed limit of 55, you can still be ticketed based on the cop's discretion. And so I don't see how it's relevant that the posted signs are lower because of bad weather conditions. Thank you.